All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Texas Motor Speedway. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League Buschwackers Series hits Texas tonight. It's race number 9. It's the final race of the season, and it's a 100-lap race, baby. Who's got what it takes for this track, man? This is a tough one. A lot of side-by-side racing here. Got to be up on the wheel. Who's got what it takes to bring home the victory? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's watch it right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, little Buschwackers Xfinity Series on a Friday night, the final race of season number 4. It's Texas tonight. Let's get this party started.
A lot of soul.
All right, thank you so much for joining me here on TurnLeftTV. And a little Texas tonight, man. This is actually season 5. A little typo there for me. I've been off for a little bit. So it is season 5, and it is the final race of the season. Thank you for joining me here on TurnLeftTV. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, and we've got a good one here for you, man. Texas is a lot of fun, and I think this is going to be a fun race here tonight. Two guys vying for the championship. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. Are you interested in an rFactor 2 server for your league? There are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. That's EliteHostingUSA.com. Just under 8 minutes left to go in the practice session, and getting some guys out here, getting some last-minute adjustments before qualifications. And I'd mentioned that this is the final race of the season. Of course, we'll start next season next week, of course. And we want to take a look at the standings coming in to tonight. Ed Palumbo, he got a little bit of a lead there. I don't know if this lead is surmountable. I think he might have it locked up, but he is leading in the points. Preston Hassel second. See Sean Jacobs third. John Stanley fourth. Fifth is Tony Furtado. So there's a good little battle there between those guys. Givaldo is sixth. Dennis Judich in seventh. Dana Grover sits in the 8th position. Gordon Carter ninth. Eugene Fedorov sits in P10 coming into tonight's race. Take a look at page number 2. Stanislav Pavlov topping that page in P11. Julio Caligari 12th. 13th is Jesus Iglesias. Gilmar Peixoto 14th. Jack Furtado 15th. You see 16th is Mark Vieira 17th. Claudio Bardelli Jr. Craig Marizon 18th. Brent Owen 19th. And Chris Hughes in that 20th position. And we take a look at Franco Alvarez, who raced with us one race, I believe. Maybe 2 races this season. So those are the point standings coming in to tonight. And again, take a look at page number 1 there, that battle there between P1 and P2. I think Ed, given the number of drivers that are out here tonight, I really think that Ed's probably got this locked up. But, he wants to win the race too. No doubt about that. So those are the point standings coming into tonight's race. Take a look at our schedule there. Texas, the final race of the season, and we'll be at Bristol next week to kick off a brand new season. And I have not finished the whole schedule though, so I'll be doing that and announcing that very, very, very soon. Take a look at the track here at Texas. 1.5 miles, one of those cookie cutters-ish. I think it's got more of a quad oval versus a tri-oval, in my opinion. Of course, banking in the turns 1 to 2 at 20 degrees, 3 and 4 at 24 degrees. And it's a really tight deal when you start getting through that quad oval area. You can see the two kinks. Things tighten up in a hurry there, and guys take a lot of chances too. So we're going to have to be careful tonight on that and just be patient, I think. But what a fun track, man. High speed. You feel like you are on the edge every single lap here. But it is one of these great, great 1.5 miles. Located in Fort Worth, Texas. Claudio Bardelli Jr. already chatting it up in here, man. He may be feeling it. He may be feeling a win tonight. Who knows? And, of course, two drivers I said are vying for the championship, Ed Palumbo and Preston Hassel here tonight. This is the final race of season number 5, 2025. We went over a little bit. Last week was a non-points race. I've been out a couple of weeks, actually, and been taking care of some life stuff. So back at it this week for the final race. So get about 3 minutes left to go before we go to the qualification session. Stanislav Pavlov out here tonight too, man. Good to see Stanislav out. Always good to see Stanislav. Dana Grover racing from the Trax VR facilities in there. Where's he doing? What's he doing right now? Talking to the girls? He's in the pit stall right now. Take a look at Jack Furtado, one of those old guard HORL drivers. Couple minutes left to go in practice. Who's missing tonight, man? We normally have Givaldo out here, man. He's the one who usually starts it off. Hopefully everything's okay with Givaldo. Enjoying family and doing all right. Definitely miss talking to Givaldo. How about Dennis Judichin out here as well, man? Dennis Judichin in the Toyota tonight. I think that's what he normally runs here, huh? Toyota? Yeah, there you go. Toyota 47. Get the fire truck out. Get the fireman car out here tonight, I believe. He'll let me know. He'll let me know if I got that wrong. He usually messages me. Critiques my broadcast. Getting ready to hit qualifications here. I would imagine we'll have a couple drivers joining us in warm-up as well. Usually do. Take a look at our race keys, of course, tonight. Tire management, man. This thing is tough on tires. Don't overdrive this car because those two things add up right there. Time your passes tonight. It's really easy to get side by side and really push the envelope. You're going to have to time the pass if you want to get somebody because outside works pretty darn well. Make sure your pit stops are on point as always. And make sure you're damage free here tonight. So damage could be a big factor Those are my keys to the race. High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks will be back in action on January the 7th for race number 1 of season 1, race 1, 2026. Man, I have been off for a little bit, huh? I'm a rookie now. Officially a rookie. Man, Kentucky is a fun track, man, and the Tough Truck Series, awesome. That will be starting up. Of course, they race on Wednesdays. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is quals. 8:15 is about the time we get going with the race. 100-lap race coming up for race number 1 on January the 7th. Then the Saturday Night Thunder will be back in action tomorrow night for season 1 at Martinsville. Last week they did a little practice at Martinsville. Now they got to do the real deal. 150-lap race coming up tomorrow in the Saturday Night Thunder. All right, I think we've switched over to qual mode, baby. Switched over to qual mode. 12 drivers right now joining us. Imagine we might have a few more. Not sure who I'm going to get my pick in here tonight, man. Oh, could be a lot of drivers. Could be a lot of drivers. Like Tony Furtado might be the first one out of the gate. Tony Furtado looking to put a time up here to for everybody to shoot for. Furtado, one of our old guard HORL drivers, racing in that Valvoline sponsored Chevy. It wouldn't take so long, man. I'd love to have individual qualifications. That way you get to see everybody in their time lap, but it takes a long time. Man, I'd add another half an hour to the tech on broadcast. All right, first time lap here for Tony Furtado. $29.461, but Chris Hughes, who showed up early tonight, man, he's out there. He just got the top time. Chris Hughes, fellow teacher. How about that, man? Hopefully he's enjoying his break. I don't know how they do it there on the East Coast, but we get a pretty decent break for Christmas, New Year's. Let's see if he can. Oh, 29.192, showing up early, paying off for Chris Hughes. He won. How about John Stanley? John Stanley in the Tim Hortons sponsored 12 car. Oh, get up a little grass there. Right now, P3 with a 29.220. Preston Hassel top of the grid now. Preston Hassel down to the top of the grid. How about Dennis Yudichin? In the Toyota, so Preston Hassel with 29.175. Knocking Chris Hughes off the top of the grid. And looks like Dennis is done with his qualification lap. How about this? The championship leader here tonight, the 54 Mela Yellow sponsor machine, Ed Palumbo. He says, I got something for you. I don't only want to win the championship. I want to start on the pole and win the race. At 29.245, a little bit of left in the tank for that 54. Down the backstretch for Ed Palumbo. Preston Hassel with the top time. Chris Hughes second. Dana Grover is third. Pretty fast second sector there for Ed Palumbo. Does he have enough? 29.217 P3 for Ed Palumbo, pushing Dana Grover down to P4. But Artur Vieira, you know he's going to be fast, man. He's on his outlap here. You know this guy's going to be a contender. NASCAR BR sponsored Chevy. I was able to enjoy a great points championship battle against Artur. Of course, he came out on top. I did. I made a big mistake at the end of that season and had to start in the back. And man, that really hurt me. I had a chance. I think I finished second in the season. 29.284 for Artur Vieira there, P11. He's got another lap in him, I think. Way out there, almost into the outside wall. And 29.278 there for Artur, P11. It looks like Claudio Bardelli Jr. snuck in there at the last minute. And up to P1. How about that, huh? Well, qualifications look like they're over. And these guys are going to go through the drivers' meeting. And we'll give you the official results. Everybody's going to go through inspection. We'll give you the official results here in just a moment.
blaster. From the checkered flag to the pounding sound in the bushwhackers, legends are found. Heath Johnson's voice moving through the chaos. Every lap of battle, never gonna pause. Steel and fire, the rivals collide. This is the racing where legends ride. Rev it up, feel the tower. Let the engine scream. High octane racing, living every dream. TurnLeft TV's watching under neon light. We're taking it to the edge in the dead of night. No limits, no fear, just throttle and drive. Chasing glory, feeling alive. Stars of the lead, leaving trails of smoke. In the high octane, the fire's woke. So raise your fist, scream out loud. In this race, we're part of the crowd. TurnLeft TV, where heroes are made. And bushwhackers, legends won't fade.
A lot of soul.
All right, welcome back. We are back, and qualifications are finished. You guys are out getting some laps in the warm-up session, and we've got the results for you, the qualification results. Again, if you're just joining us, tonight we are at Texas for the final race of the 2025 Season 5. I know it ran over a little bit, but we'll be at Texas tonight, of course. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator here at TurnLeftTV. And we have finished up the qualification session. Let's take a look at the results. Claudio Bardelli Jr. Couple Fords up front. Claudio leading the way there with a 29.145. Preston Hassel is second. Chris Hughes and Ed Palumbo will start in row number 2. Chris Hughes with a 29.192. Dana Grover, the top Toyota, will start in P5 with a 29.218. John Stanley will start in the 6th position. Tony Picado starts 7th. Dennis Juchin in that Toyota will start in the 8th position. Sean Jacobs will start 9th. Stanislav Pavlov will start in the 10th position in that 62 car. Starting in P11 is Artur Vieta in the 4, and Jack Furtado starts in P12 in the 94 car. I think we might have another driver joining us, if I'm not mistaken. We'll see. I saw somebody enter. Michelle Bruno and C.D. Jackman joining us in the chat. See both of them. I think they're probably, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I know they're probably both. No problem about it. Cheering on Dana Grover tonight. Track's VR facility in the Calgary area. I was completely oblivious to where Calgary was. I thought it was north of me. I mean, I live in Indiana, just about 35 miles, maybe 40 miles north of Indianapolis. And I thought they were, kind of straight north if you go through Michigan and so forth, but I was way off, man. I was way off. It's over there in the west side, man. West, what do you want to call that? Like West Central? North America. I don't even know how to describe it, but it seems like it's over above Montana for all you U.S. folks, somewhere around there, I believe. But I bet it is extremely beautiful country there. I have no doubt that is awesome. So the Calgary area, Tracks VR, providing a place for people to come in and sim race, and you get a little fan base. I think if the pictures, I interpret what the pictures that I've seen from Dana Racing, is it looked like that he had his own little room with some folks in there and lounging, cheering him on. That's awesome, man. Huge support from those guys for their drivers too. It's that's awesome. I'd be nervous, really, but hey, he likes it. He loves that stuff. Those guys are passionate about sim racing. We've got a lot of Canadian drivers too that participate here at HORL as well, so we know them to be some very, very passionate sim racers, just racing in general. Send a shout out to Chris Hughes tonight. Good to see Chris back. It's been a while since we've seen Chris. I got to get my my pick to win this race tonight, huh? Man. Well, my pick to win this race is, I don't think, one that is a difficult one, to be honest with you. We'll step on the gas. And that is Artur Vieta. Artur Vieta is my pick to win this race tonight at 4. The only thing that I would say is Artur sometimes has connection issues. That could be an issue for the 4 car here tonight, man. We've seen him leading races, like dominating, and then he loses his connection. Take a look at him getting some practice in, practice pitting. We get about 4.5 minutes left to go in the warm-up session. But, there's my pick to win this race tonight. That's Artur Vieta in the 4. Not a bad pick. Sean Jacobs in the 24, Kubota-sponsored Chevy. His laps in. Been a little bit under the weather there, so we're sending out our well wishes to Sean. Out here plugging away tonight. Thank you so much for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't done so. And then don't forget to smash the bell and you get updates when races are going live. Also, if you'd like to support me by buying me a coffee, you can click on that 4 more links there. Those in there you'll see a buy me a coffee link. If you'd like to donate to the channel. You can also donate to the super chat button in the chat on the YouTube chat. Right next to the smiley face. But thank you for supporting the channel in any way you can. I really appreciate it. Come out here and watch your friends. Make a little party of it. Keep the chat lively. Like we have about just over 2.5 minutes left to go in the warm-up session. We're watching Jack Furtado getting some laps in here in the warm-up session. Right now Jack Furtado 9th in warm-up. Jack going way back there. He and Tony are brothers. Great rivalry as well between the two of those guys. That's how they do, right? That's how brothers are. Little rivalry. You 62, Stanislav Pavlov. Figured I'd see Eugene Fedorov tonight, man. He might be snowed in, man. He goes out to the cabin when it gets all snowy and takes his dogs and his kids and wife out there. Stanislav just sim races. Good to see Stanislav as well. He's getting the practice like coming down pit lane here. This is big here too, man. You're carrying such a high amount of speed coming off the track. Definitely want to get that practice in. Dana Grover in the 89 Tracks VR. Fireball Flash. Sponsor Toyota. Definitely one of those guys in the conversation to get a win. I mean, this guy's got the strategies worked out. He comes in with a game plan, and he's really great at it as well. I mean, it's amazing what he can do. He's getting his practice a little bit more conservative there coming off the track, come down pit lane. We got just a few seconds left before we get this bad boy rolling. Preston Hassel will get his shot down the pit lane here, so you get an idea of what these guys have in mind. Just get those last practice moments in. Well, I think I'm ready. I don't know about you, but I am ready to rock and roll, folks. So it's season number 5. It's race 9. And we ran over into 2026. This whole thing is a mess right there. It's supposed to be season 5, not season 4. I take the blame for that. But the final race of the season, and it's really kind of a battle between two drivers, Preston Hassel and Ed Palumbo tonight. My pick to win this race is Artur Vieira. Here we go, baby. Here we go. I'm ready to rock and roll.
All right, all right, all right. Gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, baby. Here we go. So it's time to get through the grid. Guys, join the grid again. This is a 100-lap race here tonight, and let's take a look at the starting order. Starting at P1 is Claudio Bardelli Jr., Preston Hassel outside row 1 in the 27. Chris Hughes in the 7 starts in the 3rd position. Ed Palumbo in that 54 starts in P4. Starting in the 5th position is the Toyota, Dana Grover in the 89. John Stanley starts in P6. Tony Furtado starts in the 7th position. Dennis Uderchin in the 47 will start P8. Starting in P9 will be Sean Jacobs in the 24. Stanislav Pavlov starts in the 10th position at 62. Artur Vieira starts 11th. Jack Furtado starts in the 12th position. So Claudio Bardelli Jr. with the pole. We'll start up front there inside row 1. And don't forget my keys to the race here tonight. Tire management. This thing is tough on tires, man. Don't overdrive the track. You will regret it. Make sure you time your passes. It's really tough to pass here. Pit stop's got to be on point, and you got to be damage-free here tonight, baby. So those are my keys to the race. And a 100-lap race, the season finale here at Texas. And Claudio Bardelli Jr. makes it an all Ford front row. Couple Fords up there leading the Chevys. And here we go.
Go.
Green, green, green here at Texas. Bardelli Jr. got a good jump there on the start. Sober Tom podcast number 19. Followed by the 7, that inside line on the move down the backstretch. And they're tight there behind as well. And Bardelli Jr. going to the high side. Oh, the 9 getting a little bit loose now. Dana Grover to the inside. He says, I want a piece of this action. So Dana Grover in the 89 quickly up to the front. Gets by the 19. Looks like the inside line might be the place to be for now. Remember, tires. And he goes up to the high line. Tony Furtado following him. That did not last long for the 19 as the 89 showing some muscle here. Tony Furtado in the 9 car. Running behind. On board here with him. He's running behind that track VR sponsor machine. And you see Claudio Bardelli Jr. running in the 3rd position. In 4th is Chris Hughes. I think he's got single file pretty quickly. Look at Chris Hughes running in the 4th position. Been a while since we've seen Chris. He's a fellow school teacher. We don't exchange war stories, but I think he teaches science as well, if I'm not mistaken. He teaches physics. So he's running in the 4th position right now. In 5th is Preston Hassel in the 27. Our points leader, the 54, Ed Palumbo, running in P6 right now. Take a look at Ed Palumbo, our points leader. Now Mellow Yellow sponsored Chevy. He wants to win this race too. I think mathematically, I don't think anybody can get him in points, but he definitely wants to win this race. He's always vying for a win. And I mean, why come out here if you're not vying for a win, right? Single file right now. Sean Jacobs, a little bit of a gap there between he and the 54, but Jacobs running in P7. Vieta has fallen back. He's back to maybe tire save strategy. He's back all the way back to the 8th position. So not what I was expecting there, but then again, he may be thinking tire save strategy. Because remember, I mentioned at the beginning of this race, tires. Oh, John Stanley touching the apron just a little bit, and the car drifts up to the high side. That's going to give an opening there to Dennis Judichin. Judichin in the 47 trying to pull off that pass on the 12. The 12 now, oh boy, went up way up to the high side. Judichin trying to just inch ahead so he can close the deal. John Stanley battling back on that outside line at Tim Horton sponsor machine. Forward here with him as that Dennis Judichin down to the bottom side. Oh, Stanley into the outside wall. Stanley into the outside wall, and now Stanislav Pavlov's going to try to get around, and Pavlov gets around, so John Stanley's gotten into the outside wall as Stanislav Pavlov making that pass. Stanley, a hard lick there for him. He's now back to the 11th position. Take a look here as Dennis Judichin and Sean Jacobs battle. This is just a moment ago, and Dennis Judichin to the bottom side is going to get around the 24. So we're getting that fire truck on the move. The 47 now up to P8. Dana Grover is our leader, but he has not been able to run away from Tony Furtado. A little Toyota versus Chevy. The 89 Trying to hold off this charge by the 9. These guys run just nose to tail here, but I think that 9 car, he wants to get around and lead some laps. Claudio Bardelli Jr. on the outside as those guys are teaming up a little bit on that inside line. The 7, the 27, and maybe even the 54 going to get around. So Claudio Bardelli Jr. to the outside, and wow, man, those guys, 3 cars getting around. Bardelli Jr. has to tuck in. He is now back to the 6th position. And Arthur Vieta in that mix as well. Jack Furtado battling John Stanley. Remember, Stanley got into the outside wall. He's got some damage. And Jack Furtado trying to close the deal. The inside, Jack Furtado now picking up P11. As John Stanley falling back to P12 with that Tim Horton sponsor machine. He hit so hard, I think he spilled a cup of coffee. Sorry, bad joke. I've had Tim Horton's coffee, man. It's pretty awesome. 89. Trax VR sponsor number 89, another big one. But a few weeks ago, he got a big win from the Trax VR facility live on the broadcast, and it was, I could hear him screaming, yelling, man, when he was doing the interview. That was amazing. And maybe he can make it another win here tonight. This is the kind of track that I think Dana Grover really, really likes. A little aggressive, a little tire management, multiple lines, patience. And he's not able to really run away from Tony Furtado. Furtado running in P2, that Valvoline sponsor number 9. He's starting to peek around there on the low side. He wants a piece of that race lead. From nose to tail, P1, P2. Chris Hughes running into 3rd position in the 7 car on Shape sponsored Chevy, and just behind him is Preston Hassel in the Ford. Toyota, Chevy, Ford, and Chevy in the top 5. Check out our points leader here as Ed Palumbo. Long race here. We got 16 laps in the books, scheduled for 100 laps tonight. And the 54 looking to close out this season with a race win and the championship. Send a statement. Right now running in P5. Yeah, Palumbo's got a strategy. Oh man. Hughes got way up to the outside line. Palumbo's got a strategy. I mean, he's got it in what he wants to do, how many laps he wants to get on fuel, when he's going to pit. He's got a plan, and he's able to kind of tweak that plan as that race dictates. Right now, Content running behind the 27. You see the 19 kind of got things gathered up. He dropped a few positions. He's back to the 6th position and hold and serve there. We got a pretty tight battle with these guys. Arthur Vieta running in P7. Dennis Shudich in 8th, Jacobs 9th, and Pavlov rounding out the top 10. Right now, Dana Grover is leading the field. Ed Palumbo here now opening up the door for a couple of these guys to work their way through. Vieta to the inside, Claudio Bardelli Jr. as well. So Bardelli Jr. and Vieta have gotten around Ed Palumbo, but it may not be over here. Ed Palumbo battling back. Palumbo battling back. He wants to try to find a way to get back around that 4 car. Dennis Shudich way to the outside. Whoa! Dennis Shudich off the pace there a little bit. He got into the outside wall, I believe. Wow. Dennis Shudich might have made contact with that outside wall. We'll take a look here. Uderchin, oh man, contact right there with the 24 as well. Yeah, hard lick there for Uderchin. So we take a look here just a moment ago as Uderchin way up this track. And, oh, wow, man, the Kubota 24 was lucky to get through that. Dennis Uderchin made some hard contact with the outside wall. Wow. Palumbo has been able to watch this battle here between Vieira and Bardelli. Vieira to the inside, Bardelli on the outside line. And Arthur Vieira moving back around Bardelli. Vieira now back up to the 5th position as Bardelli falls back to P6. And Palumbo now back to P7. So as these tires start to wear out a little bit, we got some guys coming on to pit lane, I believe. And that might be our race leader. Yeah, it is our race leader coming down pit lane. So pit stops underway. How about that, huh? So Dana Grover on pit lane. As we take a look at Chris Hughes, the race leader. And he's coming down pit lane. Chris Hughes coming down pit lane. Oh, Chris Hughes was carrying a heck of a lot of speed. And I bet you he got caught speeding. Holy Toledo, did you see that? Chris Hughes. As you see Dana Grover finishing up his pit stop, Chris Hughes came down pit lane and that car got catty-wampus right there. Chris Hughes, watch this, man. This is a replay. Watch, he's coming off the track and he is going to get absolutely catty-wampus right here. Into the grass and, oh man, if he got that car under the speed limit, I will be amazed. It wasn't as catty-wampus as I thought. And Chris Hughes does get a penalty, so he did get caught speeding, and he's going to have to come back down pit lane. So Chris Hughes gets caught by the police. So back down pit lane for Chris Hughes. What a tough break there for him. He's going to have to do a drive-through, and I'd say be really, really conservative. You don't want to get another drive-through here. So he's going to be doing a drive-through here in the 7 car. Arthur Vieira, the leader in the 4. And he is now coming down pit lane. You see, really, really patient there, man. Not worth the risk. And he comes off the track to come down pit lane. So our race leader, Arthur Vieira, is on pit lane now. Chris Hughes actually had a stop and go, I believe. So he is back out there. Wow. Some drama on pit stops. Chris Hughes got caught speeding and had to come back down pit lane, and it was a stop and go for him, not a drive-through. So that must have been a bad one. Vieira now finishing up his pit stop, coming back out. But these guys who have pitted a little bit earlier get around, and after pit stops have cycled around, Tony Furtado is the leader. So Tony Furtado in the 9, the Valvoline-sponsored Camaro, to the race lead. A little bit better in and out for the 9 car. Dana Grover is in 2nd, Ed Palumbo 3rd, Vieira is in 4th, Jacobs rounding out the top 5. Don't talk too much about Jacobs here tonight, man. He's a little bit under the weather, and but out here plugging away, supporting the race league, supporting his friends. Trax VR there cheering on Dana Grover, of course. Got to get some more Trax VR guys coming out and racing with us. You have like multiple guys racing from the Trax VR facility here in the Friday night series. That'd be awesome. Of course, the mod is free, of course. I'm not sure how many rFactor 2 people there are there, but we like it. Price is right. Bardelli Jr., I'm not sure what happened to Bardelli Jr. It said he came off the track here, so not sure what happened to Bardelli. Oh, Bardelli, oh man, he must have hit something. Whoa. Let's take a look. Bardelli's, oh man, he tried to get in and lost the back into this car. Holy Toledo, we got action there on pit lane. I thought we had stuff cycling around, but wow. And then Bardelli, he gets caught speeding. That's what happened to him. He almost crashed it. Got to be kidding me, man. So Bardelli almost crashed. And we've got some drama. I said in this pre-race show, if you want to look at my race keys, I should highlight that. Pit stops on point. And we've seen some drama on pit lane. Bardelli Jr. now back one lap down in the 12th position. As you see Tony Furtado getting by Brother Joe. No!
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Contact! And we got a crash. We got a crash, and Dana Grover got caught in that. Whoa, Nelly. We had a crash there, and it looked like Dana Grover got caught. Take a look here as this is just a little bit earlier. Dana Grover and Tony Furtado were working their way through. Maybe a little bit too early. As you're going to see those guys come up on, you can get another look at this. More than one way to skin a cat. That's what they say. So we'll take a look here. Dana Grover running behind Tony Furtado, and I think Tony's going to end up getting by. We'll advance this. We'll take a look here. It's there he goes running in traffic. You see Bardelli up on the high side. Furtado, Jack Furtado on the inside. Hits that outside wall, comes across, scrunches those guys together, and then Dana back end damage, a little front end damage, a little more back end damage, but looked like Jack Furtado might have gotten into the outside wall. And you see here, smacking the outside wall, and it tightened up right there. You see Grover and Bardelli getting into one another before that action happened. And then I think, wow, oh, that was a hard lick right there. That was hard. And Bardelli, he might have been just trying to miss the 94 on board here with him. And you see that gets scrunchy in a hurry. And a little bit of damage there for Dana Grover. Jack Furtado got up into that outside wall and was not able to pull it back down off there. Or he was, but it... what Vieta had a look at this. See those cars a little bit late there, but wow. Now Bardelli is trying to slip through here, and he gets scrunched right here. Sorry, but that hit the wrong key. And he just gets scrunched. And then, whoa, the 94 up in the air. So our first caution flag. I could probably take the race keys off there, right? When I'm doing replays, I don't have the OBS up. I've kind of minimized that, and so I can control stuff. And also, just a word of saying that, like, I'll show you here what's going on with this. I can't figure out the problem with this, but watch as I switch here. You see the little bit of a hitch. It wasn't doing that, but I'm switching back between OBS and the game, and for some reason it's doing this on this computer now, and I can't figure out why. My other computer, my second computer that I run the side-by-side is essentially the same video card, same version of Windows, same processor. Everything's pretty much the same motherboard, and it is not doing it. So not exactly sure what's going on, other than I've got a lot of stuff running on this one, but this is a technical part of it. Trying to figure out why I'm getting that little hitch. A little bit of a bummer, but I guess that happens. Well, one caution flag and a couple of drivers involved there. Bardelli Jr., of course, Dana Grover involved, Jack Furtado involved. Might have even been some 47 car there too. So the 54 of Ed Palumbo, the race leader. Dennis Yudichin shown in second, so maybe he was able to avoid that there. There's 3 or 4 cars involved. It'd be great if I could save specific replays and go back and play those in sequence and kind of give a recap of some of the stuff that went on through the race. That would be awesome. Make the broadcast even better, huh? Well, it looks like we got some wave around cars. I believe Chris Hughes is going to be a wave around car. Also, John Stanley will be a wave around. Now, Jack Furtado and Claudio Bardelli Jr. are both down 1 lap. Jack Furtado, technically, he is in that lucky dog position, but he is making a pit stop here, so that might change. So Jack Furtado in the 94 coming back out off of pit lane. If you're interested in buying some SimLab stuff, please use the link that I have down in the description of the race. Got my affiliate link through them, and if you're interested in purchase something through them, please use that link. I'd greatly appreciate it. SimLab, some awesome stuff. I've got a SimLab rig, as a matter of fact, that I do my broadcasting and my racing from. It's been amazingly easy to add stuff onto that rig too. Basically just 80/20 profile. So it's been awesome, just getting some stuff custom ordered, ordering more stuff, third party, and attaching it to my sim rig from SimLab. It's been awesome. Ed Palumbo on the inside, Dennis Yudichin on the outside line. Here we are, lap 37, and I think we're getting ready to go back green. Lights are out on the pace car. Get a little sip of coffee before we're ready to go. Coffee at 10 o'clock at night, what the heck? Make it a double caffeine. Matter of fact, just took it up intravenously. We're good to go. All right, pace car's off. Go back to green.
Green flag, go,
Start lap 38. And that, as we saw before, that inside line, good place to be on the restart. As Tony Furtado follows the 54 car through. Take a look at this. Sean Jacobs, he's running in the 4th position. Running behind Archer Vieta. A lot of Chevys up there. Oh, maybe Dana Grover might have gotten into the outside wall. Maybe a little scrape on that outside wall for the 89. I don't know, man. It looked like he might have made contact. We'll take a look here. It's 89. He goes way up. Wow, they're 3 wide. Oh, and a little bit of contact there. Right side contact for Dana Grover, and they were 3 wide, man. 3 wide. It is busy back there right now. 89 on the outside wall, or on the outside, made contact with the outside wall. Some right side damage there for him. And we know he's got a little bit of back end damage. Bargelli Jr. getting a little racy. He wants that lucky dog position. Stanislav Pavlov running in the 8th spot. If I was Pavlov, I'd just let him go. Let that guy go. Not racing for position. Maybe you heard me there. So Ed Palumbo, our leader. Guys back to nose to tail for now. This track is deceptive, man. It seems like it's an easy track. I mean, hey, it's, you know, it's a, I don't want to call it a cookie cutter, but it's a 1.5 mile quad oval, 2 kinks here. And, but this thing is really, really deceptive. It seems easy, but it is not. So many places here where you can make a pass. You can work the inside, you can work the outside. Things get tight in a hurry. And we typically see a little bit more caution flags than I think what we want to see. You can take a look here at this pass with Artivieta getting around Tony Furtado. So Furtado in the Valvoline-sponsored Chevy now falling back to the 3rd position as Artivieta on the move here in P2. Dennis Uderchin getting a little racy as well. Uderchin on the inside of Dana Grover. That's 47 car. He's running in P6. We got a battle here for the race lead. Artivieta to the inside. Artivieta climbed all over the back of that Mello Yellow number 254. So the 4 car down to the front. Artivieta, the new race leader. And they're getting a little racy behind. Preston Hassel having a little battle here with the Tony Furtado on the outside. And the 47 wants to sneak in there and fill that gap. Needs to be calmed down a little bit, but Uderchin is pushing the issue now. And the 9 on the outside line is Dennis Uderchin pushing the issue on the bottom line. Dennis Uderchin battling the 9. The 9, Tony Furtado on the outside. Little bit shaky there as Uderchin is able to pull off that pass, and the 19 is going to follow him through. It's getting racy here. Stanislav Pavlov and Dana Grover battling. Dana Grover in 8th as Stanislav Pavlov picking up the 7th position. All right, so the good racing here. The South Point sponsored Chevy is Stanislav Pavlov. One of our great Russian drivers. Artivieta the leader. Ed Palumbo is in 2nd. Jack Furtado coming back out on the track after making a pit stop. Take a look at Jack. If you look at that battle up front, Artivieta the leader. And it was like somebody flipped a switch on Artivieta, man. He was, kind of milling around a little bit, and just found a new gear, baby. He passed 2-3 cars in a hurry, so the NASCAR BR number 4 car up to the race lead. Jack Furtado up to full song. Don't forget our Tough Truck series that's not the right band. That's not the right band. Ay. Fire me, please. I was going to give you the lowdown here on the Tough Trucks. I thought I had the banner up, but oh, we got a yellow flag. We got a yellow flag here. Uh-oh. Looks like maybe John Stanley has come around. John Stanley off the pace here in the 12, and I'm not sure the Tim Hortons sponsor machine. I don't see any coffee stains on that car. Something happened to John Stanley. Let's take a look here. John Stanley. Oh, he just gets. Oh, wait. Oh, whoa. John Stanley rattling the cage there. And he got way up onto the outside. You see, just bad exit here of the corner. He's going to get into this outside wall. Right here, hard lick into the wall, and then straight across. And you see that little ramp right there. I don't think they really have that. They need to fix that in this sim. But and that Tim Horton sponsor machine, hard lick there for him. And all aboard here with John. Oh, and then upside down. And he gets it back onto four wheels, huh? Not a scratch on it. Need some visible damage in this sim, man. Other than pieces flying off. Let's get some dented fenders and stuff. One more look at this. And again, hard lick right there. Comes across the track and then up on that little ramped up sloped area into the wall. And if he didn't have the wall there, he would have been jumping over the infield. So that was an interesting one for sure. John Stanley, pretty hard lick, pretty significant damage going to be to that. Jack Furtado seems to be pretty far off the pace here. I didn't know he was 8 laps down, but it does show 8 laps down there for Jack. So I told you, you know, one of my keys to the race is just be patient here tonight. And I'm not saying guys aren't being patient, but don't overdrive it. There you go. And make sure your pit stops are on point. Those two things, and of course damage-free. Timing your passes, I'm not sure it's been too much of a problem there. It's been basically overdriving it. And, of course, we saw those guys having some trouble on pit lane. Now, I'll tell you what, the benefactor of this caution flag is a dude named Claudio Bardelli Jr. Because this guy, he was in the lucky dog position. He really worked his way up through the field to get to that lucky dog position as well, and now he's the benefactor by being back on the lead lap. So good news there for him. As we see Preston Hassel, now our race leader. Some guys coming down pit lane. Probably a smart deal. I mean, you know, you're not really looking at a tire strategy here in terms of like a tire rule like we have in the truck series. So, hey, it's early on. I mean, you're only just past halfway. A lot of racing to go here. And, you know, you only have 12 drivers in the field. A little bit lighter night here for us tonight. Why not come down pit lane and take some tires? So Preston Hassel may end up doing that. You know, he gets his laps led and then gets some points and then comes down pit lane. See the 94 there in second in line. Now he is 8 laps down. Don't forget the Saturday Night Thunder will be back in action for Season 1, 2026. Race number 1, and it's Martinsville. 150-lap race coming up on January the 3rd. Racing at, our quals start at 9 p.m. QR code there if you're interested in joining us for some racing. It's free. You don't pay anything. It's all free as long as you have the mod and the game. I guess that's the only thing you'd pay for. Those of you who have rFactor 2, interested in doing some stock car racing Saturday night. It's a good one. So what were we looking at? About third caution flag. And I said that this track, man, I mean, it's, like I said, it was deceptive because it looks like it's an easy track. You're carrying a ton of speed, but the close racing here, guys tend to sometimes overdrive it. We've seen that. Guys are having problems coming off the track, come down pit lane. It's high speed when you come off the track. And it does seem to lead to more caution flags. The 27 giving up the race lead to come down pit lane, so getting some laps led. He is second in points coming into tonight's race. Take a look at these points. There we go. Get the window up there. See, Palumbo and Preston Hassel, the top two in points. Sean Jacobs could potentially get past Preston Hassel, but it's going to take a little bit of help there. John Stanley's had some trouble here tonight, but he sits fourth in points, and fifth is Tony Furtado. We've got some guys that have come down pit lane. Tony Furtado is our race leader. Been a while since I've live streamed, I think, huh? I've been just took some time off, man. I had to kind of reset, see some family, get some good do nothing time in. You know, I always like that. Things are going to start heating up for me here coming up on Tuesday of next week. That's when we go back to work and all the students come back. Pace car's off. Here we go. Let's see if Tony Furtado can teach these guys a lesson.
Green flag, go, go,
These
go.
guys are not even caught up. It's crazy. As Furtado, the leader, Ed Palumbo is in second. And the 24, Sean Jacobs, been a quiet night here for him, but he has quietly gotten that car up to the third position. Art Vieta is in fourth, so a lot of Chevys up here. 4 Chevys, and then we got the Toyota of Denis Judichin into 47. 62, Stanislav Pavlov wants to make it another Chevy up there and get around that 47. Dana Grover and Preston Hassel battling. Grover running in the 8th position on the high side to 27. Whoa! So the 27 and the 89, a little frisky right there. Holy smokes. So Dana Grover and Preston Hassel, maybe a little disagreement. Yeah, Palumbo, the race leader now, as we've had a change up front. We'll take a look at the pass here just a moment ago. The 54 getting around the 9. So that Palumbo, Namella Yellow sponsored Chevy. And it's starting to get a little crazy back here. Look at this. This is getting messy. Dana Grover to the inside. He's wanting to get this car back up front. I've seen him on a mission here since the drop of this green flag. And the 89 gets around the 9. The 62 also getting around the 9. And Palumbo, Sean Jacobs battling for position. Let's take a look at this pass here. Sean Jacobs going to the inside. This Kubota sponsor machine, he's been super quiet on the radio here tonight. A little bit under the weather, but not enough to not be leading the race, huh? Take a look at this pass here with the Dana Grover and Stanislav Pavlov. These guys side by side. Stanislav to the outside. He's still holding that outside line. And Dana Grover want to try to seal the deal. It's a traffic jam just in front. And maybe that contact at the back end did not really hurt the handling of this car too much. He's making some passes, getting around Pavlov. Stanislav Pavlov now, we go to live, getting around the 9. 62, getting around Tony Furtado. So Furtado back to the 8th position. Sean Jacobs continuing to lead. This is a little bit of a sucker track, man. I mean, it can suck you into getting super racy early on. You can go side by side. You can pass on the outside. You can pass on the inside. You can take it 3 wide. There's a lot going on here at this track in a hurry. If you're going to be aggressive here, you got to keep your head on a swivel. Take a look at here, Preston Hassel to the inside of the 9. The 27 getting around the 9 car. Preston Hassel now regaining a position. He's now back up to the 8th spot. Chris Hughes looking to make a pass now as well. Chris Hughes had a tough break there early on, got caught speeding on pit lane, and now the 7. Using some of the good timing from those caution flags to get around or back up in the hunt here, back on the lead lap. So the 7 now back up to P9. Sean Jacobs continuing to lead. Ed Palumbo second. Vieta is third. Top 3 are all Chevys. Dennis Schuderchin is the Toyota that's leading that charge for that manufacturer. He's in P4. Claudio Bardelli Jr., man, he got a little bit lucky. He's now back up to P5. Take a look at Stanislav Pavlov running in the 7th position. Man, it has got to be like, it's like maybe 5 o'clock in the morning there, something like that. It's crazy these guys get up this early, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, come out and race with us. It just shows the dedication here. Stanislav's one of the nicest guys out there, man. He loves stock cars. He's great at Indy cars as well. Really could get in anything and make it competitive, and but he really excels in those Indy cars. He does a great job here in the stock cars as well. He's gotten a championship in our King of the Oval series. And that was a combination of stock cars and Indy cars, and this guy rose to the challenge, man. Talk about a champion. The 24's got a lot of championships under his belt, and he is being followed by 2 champions. Ed Palumbo and Artur Vieta. Dennis Schuderchin running in the 4th position. A good run here for the 47 car. Now you just got to be patient. Just got to think about patience here, man. I kind of like to see, a good long green flag run, not worrying about, losing a position or really working to gain a position here right now. Just try to maybe long green flag run. Let these guys do some green flag pit stops. Get a little bit mixed up here and go for the win here with the last 20 laps. 68 laps in, Dennis Schuderchin is in P4. Claudio Bardelli Jr. has gotten pretty lucky here tonight considering some of the problems he's had. He is running in P5, and I think he'd say, hey, I'll take it, because he was not doing well. Oh, man, and he gets into the outside wall as well. Man, am I jinxing people or what? And Dana Grover going to use that opportunity. Come down to the inside and see if he can't make a pass here on the 19. The 19 really hit hard, too. He's holding his own. Remember, the 89 has gotten some damage as well in an earlier incident. So that was a hard lick there for Bardelli Jr. I don't know if we could go back here far enough. Here we go. Take a look at Bardelli Jr. The outside here. This might have been after the fact. That was a really hard lick, too. The 19, and we're going to miss that, but well, he really got into the outside wall. There we go. That's why we don't keep it on replay too long. Right there. Hey, where'd everybody go? It scared me for a second. I thought, oh no, got a server crash. Quit messing around, Heath. Sean Jacobs, the leader, 54 at Palumbo in second. Art Vieta is in the third position. Fourth is Dennis Huchin. Bardelli Jr. rounding out the top 5. 6 through 10, Dana Grover, Stanislav Pavlov, Preston Hassel, Chris Hughes, and Tony Furtado. Furtado, the last car on the lead lap. He may be thinking tire save strategy too, because he was up there leading and he just kind of pulled over and let these guys go. See the 12 running behind him. That's the Tim Horton sponsored machine of John Stanley. He's one lap down in the lucky dog position. Jack Furtado is on pit lane here in the 94 car. So a little bit different sequence from him. Now he's quite a few laps down. Looks like he's about 7 laps down. As we got a pretty intense battle here with the top 6. Pavlov in that mix as well. Just we got a little action happening back here. Looked like Stanislav Pavlov and Preston Hassel might have made some contact. Take a look at the replay here as Pavlov got into the outside wall. That's what happened. Pavlov got into the outside wall there. Take a look here. And that was Ed Palumbo, or excuse me, Ed Palumbo, the 62 of Stanislav Pavlov. I hate this camera angle, man. I was trying to change it, but I can't. Got into the outside wall. I don't think there was any contact there, but Preston Hassel, Pavlov definitely made some contact, but no contact between the 62 and the 27, and the 27 able to get around. Also, Chris Hughes making it around as well. As we go back to live, our race leader is the 24, Sean Jacobs. Got the Kubota out front. Look if he's had the Kubota out there shoveling snow, pushing snow off the driveway. This guy's got hit by a big snowstorm here recently. And I'm hearing that Sean Jacobs is going to be coming down pit lane this lap. So here we are 76 laps in, and Sean Jacobs in the 24 is going to make a pit stop this time by. And Palumbo backing off just a little bit, giving him some room. Make sure there's any shenanigans here, but Jacobs, I think he said he's going to make a pit stop. And he is. Here we go. That was still tight, even knowing he was coming in. And the 24 on pit lane. And that's going to give the race lead, at least for now, to the 54 at Palumbo. Sean Jacobs on pit lane. Ed Palumbo, the leader. And Art Vieta's got something to say about that. He's on the outside line, battling the 54, and the 54 coming down pit lane, it looks like. And that's going to give the race lead to Art Vieta. And I believe, Ed Palumbo came on pit lane as well. We'll take a look at him. He's on pit lane as Sean Jacobs back out on the track. Ed Palumbo is on pit lane. Jacobs now running in the 8th position, and our new leader is Dennis Judichin. And I think he's coming down pit lane as well. See Ed Palumbo finishing up his pit stop. And Dennis Judichin is going to come down pit lane. And what a deal this would be if Claudio Bardelli Jr. can hold on to win this race. I know he's going to have to make a pit stop, but, man, he had a lot of trouble here as we see Judichin coming off the track, coming down pit lane. This is the thing to do, man. Be really, really conservative on that exit of the track through that pit entrance, that apron area. Carry too much speed, as we saw that earlier things can go wrong in a hurry. So Bardelli Jr. now our leader. Uderchin a little cattywampus in his pit stall. Is that now Bardelli Jr. making a pit stop? And I think our race leader is going to be Sean Jacobs when it's all said and done. Take a look at Sean Jacobs. There's Bardelli Jr. diving into his pit stall. He's the pole setter. Going to be interesting to see how this shakes out here. If the drafting of those two guys is going to really benefit them when they, and I tell you what, I think they're going to give a pretty decent lead here as you see Bardelli Jr. just now coming around turns 1 and 2 as those guys go by. So the timing of that, not ideal for Bardelli. He is now back to P6. As Sean Jacobs back to the race lead, followed by Ed Palumbo. Those guys have broken away a little bit. Remember the problems that Dana Grover had at the beginning, or about a quarter of the way through this race. Made hard contact with the, there was some contact there, side contact, but then the back end of that car as well. Made some contact with the wall, but here he is plugging away, and he's in P3. Artur Vieta running in the 4th position just behind him, but Dennis Uderchin is in 5th. Take a look at Tony Furtado here battling Chris Hughes. Hughes to the inside, Furtado using his outside, and Chris Hughes falling back to the 10th position. It's like now P11 there, so maybe some damage there for him. Dana Grover there just run a 28.387, so he is turning up the juice. Artur Vieta following him. Take a look here at Artur Vieta. These guys have closed into P1, P2, so really kind of wasn't even watching that aspect of it. So now this group of 3 cars have closed in on the top 2. We're on board here with Artur Vieta. He's running in P4. A little bit out of the gas there. Dana Grover going to the high side is Artur Vieta now going to use this opportunity to try to sneak by the 4 and the 89, battling it out. Dennis Uderchin in this mix as well. And a good pass there by the 4. The 4 now up to the 3rd position. Dana Grover falling back to P4. Chris Hughes coming back out on track. And this thing, I tell you what, the juice is, the pot is starting to boil. Let's just put it that way. The juice has been turned up, huh? Crank it up. As the 24, Sean Jacobs, under the weather and all, wants to try to hold on here and get this race victory. Ed Palumbo, 2nd is our points leader, and I think that lead is insurmountable now. You know, he's led some laps, and Ed Palumbo going to be the championship, or the 2025 Season 5 champion here when it's all said and done here tonight. Looking at about 13 laps to go. So Sean Jacobs the leader. Ed Palumbo 2nd, Artur Vieta 3rd, Dana Grover and Dennis Uderchin, the 2 Toyotas there in P4, P5. And I tell you what, don't you write Dennis Uderchin off. He's gotten some wins. Got some wins in the IndyCar series when we run that. The king of the ovals, he got some wins there. And this guy's a great stock car driver too. Look at this. Speaking of great stock car driver, 89 looking on the outside line. He was trying to make it happen. Dennis Schuster's going to have to hurry up and then tag onto the back of these guys, or he's going to end up losing some precious tenths. He's 7 tenths back to the race leader right now, about 3 to Dana Grover. So you definitely want to stay in that draft, because if you don't get in that draft, things are going to go awry. And now these guys are starting to push the envelope here on the outside line. I think Vietta's testing the waters just to see if somebody's going to go with him. The outside line is definitely in play. You got to time it right, and we got 10 laps to go. He's starting to give it a peek. He's wanting Grover in the 89 to go up there with him. Starting to give it a peek, and it also can potentially give you a good run here down the backstretch too, as you use a little bit more of this track, or a little bit different angle coming off the corner. It does not seem to be working so far. Sean Jacobs. Sean Jacobs continuing to lead as the 54 running in second. And I wonder how many times Dana Grover is going to let Vietta go up to the high side as Udich's caught back up with these guys. Look at this on board here with Dana Grover. How many times is going to let that 4 slide up to the outside line? And wouldn't you know it, by the time I get into the in-car view to look at what that 4 is doing, he stops doing it. Good run here by Dana Grover. I think the 4 was really trying that outside, but not working for him. And has given up on that hope. Dennis Schuster's climbed back up onto the back of the 89 car. And Dennis Schuster's gotten around the 89. How about that? Take a look at that replay there. As the 89 goes way up to the high side, Dennis Schuster slides down that hill like I was talking about earlier that Vietta was doing, and Udichon uses that momentum to get around the 89. Preston Hassel battling Claudio Bardelli Jr. Preston Hassel to the inside, a couple Fords here duking it out, and Preston Hassel getting his position. He's now up to P6. Bardelli falling back to the 7th position. This is getting interesting, boys. Getting interesting. As we're closing it out, lap 95 across the start-finish line. We'll be on lap 96. And that's 5 laps to go. I know, you're thinking 4. No, they got to do this one. And then 97, 98, 99, and 100. It's 5 laps. Dana Grover running behind Dennis Schuster. I think Dana Grover's got something still in the tank there. This is not over. Sean Jacobs wants to hold these guys off, but I have a feeling that Ed Palumbo and that 54, Art Vietta in the 4, have got something up their sleeve. Furtado back onto pit lane. Jack Furtado, a little bit of trouble there for him tonight. He's 9 laps down. He's come down pit lane. Sean Jacobs in the 24. Can he hold off? He's really opening a gap here now, but you got to think that maybe the 54 is trying to get a run. Top 5 right there. Could throw a blanket over these guys, or you could throw a blanket over these guys. Sean Jacobs going to do a little mirror driving here, I think, and you got some lap traffic coming up as well. Stanislav Pavlov, John Stanley. There's some lap traffic ahead, and it looks like it's Pavlov. 2 laps to go. Sean Jacobs, this could help him if he could get through smoothly. This could help him open up a little bit of a gap. The 62 way up out of the racing line. That is just high IQ racing right there by Stanislav Pavlov. And Palumbo sees an opening. He got a run. Sees an opening on that 24. We're down to lap 100 here. Here we go. The final lap when we cross the line. Here we go. 1 lap to go. Sean Jacobs trying to hold off Ed Palumbo. Palumbo, can he get the win and the championship tonight? Vieta in this mix as well. Palumbo trying to get around the 24. The 24 throwing a little bit of a block there. Vieta to the outside line. He's going to need a little bit more than that. Sean Jacobs in the 24 car. Can he hold off the last charge by the 54? And Sean Jacobs is going to do it here at Texas. Sean Jacobs getting the win here at Texas. And the 24 dialed in. Gets the win. Good job to the 24 car, man, and getting the big win. And it sounds like he's out of gas. Might be out of gas. So Sean Jacobs getting the win. Wow. Gonna get a little friendly paint swap. Well, good run there for everybody, man. Pretty good race. Quick race, too. And Sean Jacobs getting the win. What a run there for him, man. It was quiet. It was a quiet win, too. He pushed it just when he needed to push it, too. What a good job there by Sean Jacobs. Let's take a look at the final results here tonight. Sean Jacobs gets the win. Look at those 3 Chevys. Ed Palumbo finishes in the 2nd position and wins the championship. Vieta finishes in that 3rd spot. So top 3 are Chevys. Dennis Uterton, what a great run there. That Toyota finishes in P4. Dana Grover finishes in the 5th position, the 89. So a couple Toyotas there teaming up. Preston Hassel, the top 4, finishes in P6. Claudio Bardelli Jr. finishes 7th. Tony Furtado, 8th. 9th is John Stanley. And finishing at 10th is Stanislav Pavlov. Take a look at P11. Chris Hughes into 7. His first time back here in a long, long time. Good to see Chris out. Hopefully he's enjoying his winter break as well. Jack Furtado finishes in the 12th position in the 94 car. So great job to Sean Jacobs on getting the win. And what a fantastic run there for him. And able to pull off the win here at Texas. This is a tough one too, man. It really is. We'll see if we can't get Sean Jacobs here in the booth with us. Give us a little bit of an interview. All right, Sean Jacobs joining us here in the booth. Great job, Sean. Man, kind of a quiet win for you, I think. You kept your car up front, got it up front, and then kept it up front here all night long. We had a little drama with the caution flags, but it seemed like it was a patient race for you tonight.
I was just trying to take my time, make good laps, and just see how things kind of fell out, after at least to get to halfway, because I wanted to see if it was going to be a fuel mileage race, so I was kind of conserving my fuel and just seeing how the car was going to handle after a while.
Well, you had Ed Palumbo behind you. I don't know if there was any communication between the two of you guys, but I had a feeling that he was going to try to make a run at it. Vieta is also a threat as well. Very solid guys there. What was the plan with those 2 guys behind you?
At the final pit stop, I only took on 2 tires and took a fuel tank, or actually a full tank of fuel, and hopefully that made it. Well, I basically had 0.02 left of fuel when I crossed the finish line, so that worked out. But I seen Ed was behind me, and he basically says, "Hey, I'm not gonna pass you." He says, "I'm just gonna try to stick behind you," and that was kind of, I should say, good news on my part that I can just actually just drive my line and we can draft together.
Yeah, I kind of figured that might have been part of the plan with him knowing that he's got the championship in the bag, and he's going to let you instead of racing you hard and risking contact and damaging a race or damaging his race. I kind of felt like he was going to be doing that. Well, I know this is a lot of championships here headed your way in the future, and you've got a lot under your belt. So, what's the outlook for you next season? You going to make a run early and maybe pick up that aggressiveness a little bit, or what?
Well, first of all, I'm going to try to heal from, I guess, flu or COVID or whatever I got. Been laid up all last week, so just trying to get back into the normal of things and
churn and butter.
I guess that too, right?
Well, hey, I hope you had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I know things have been going a little rough there with respect to the flu or COVID. Or, that got you down. I can hear it in your voice, but we're definitely praying for you, and hopefully you're definitely on the backside of this.
I appreciate the prayers, and I just want to wish Ed congrats on his championship. He well deserves it, and it was, like it says, nice to be running with him tonight and getting this win.
All right, congrats, man. We'll see you later.
All right, thanks, Heath. Doing a good job broadcasting as usually.
Thank you, buddy. That's Sean Jacobs joining us up here in the booth, and we'll see if we can't get Ed Palumbo up here to have a chat with us as well. He is our champion, season champ. If I can find the right screen. So what an interesting race it was tonight and all this season. We'll see if we can't get Ed here in the booth with us. And Ed Palumbo, the champion. All right, we got Ed Palumbo here joining us in the booth, and man, a championship there, huh? What an awesome run with the Mellow Yellows machine.
Yeah, I'm popping the ginger ale as we speak.
Well, this is an interesting race, man. You had a few cautions there just to mix it up. It seemed like, given my experience at Texas, it seemed like everybody was a little less aggressive tonight than what we typically see here.
Yeah, everybody behaved themselves. I think everybody, including myself, I think we were all saving fuel. Because you could get 25 laps if you conserve. That's why I gave up the lead a couple times. So I didn't know if it was going to stay green or if it was going to be a fuel mileage race.
We haven't seen a lot of fuel mileage races here, haven't we?
Yes, we have. Yeah.
It seems like the minute you plan on it being a fuel mileage race is the minute it changes and it becomes one of those dashes to the finish because it had a bunch of caution flags. But tonight didn't work out that way.
No, it didn't. Well, we had one caution, right? I think it was one.
Yeah, one caution, a little trouble with some of these guys. I think we had 2 or 3.
Oh, did we? Oh, yeah, maybe we did, yeah. I can't remember. I barely remember what I had for lunch yesterday.
I think most of the problem with guys tonight was a little bit too much speed coming off the turn and getting into the outside wall and then drifting back across the track. It looked like you might have been able to avoid one of those incidents.
Yeah, this track is notorious for that. It's happened to me so many times. Coming off a 4 and come and smack that wall and come across the track and wreck half the field, or Yeah, people were very behaved. Even when I was behind Sean, I told him, don't worry, I'm not going to try to pass you. That was what the point.
They're all
Just
still
try
filled
to
with the Christmas spirit.
Yeah, we're very giving.
Well, another championship for you, and well, we start next week. I think we are starting off at Bristol, if I'm not mistaken, and haven't got the schedule out, but I imagine you're going to be running for another championship next season as well.
I'm not sure, you know. It's getting harder for me. I'm not a spring chicken, as you know, so we got this sciatica going on, which is not fun. Yeah, otherwise, I would have probably skipped tonight as well.
Well,
you know.
definitely hope you get better there.
Yeah. It started after Christmas, and you know, it's not easy. It's just no joke. That hurts, man.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. And my dog suffers because I like to walk my dog. It was too cold out there. She's like, oh, I love it out here. It stays out there all day. You know, she got so much fur. I'm not going out there.
You just have to get a fur coat, bro.
I need like 3 fur coats and like 3 layers on. I just put my pajamas on and I put jeans over that. So it's cold, man. Get older, it's not fun.
Right, I got it, man. Hey, buddy, congratulations. Congrats on the championship, and here's to many more, too. Thank you for all you do at HORL, man.
Yeah, it's not much. I just come here to support everybody, you know. But if I was smarter, I remembered how to start my computer, I'd help out more, but sorry.
No problem, buddy. Congrats, bud.
All right.
It's Ed Palumbo joining us up here in the booth, and another championship for the 54 crew, huh? He's got a lot under his belt, man. So another one, season number 5, 2025, belongs to Ed Palumbo. Congratulations to Sean Jacobs on getting the big win. I know it was a tough deal for him tonight with being under the weather and everything, but wow. He did a good job, and all the stuff he does here too for HORL. It's a team effort, man, to keep all this stuff running. So I really appreciate that on all those guys, Preston and Tony, and of course Sean and Ed, and John Stanley coming out and helping out as well, and really appreciate all the help there, and Todd Robillard as well, and even my Brazilian brothers. They do a lot of stuff here helping me out, and send a shout out to those guys. Congratulations to Sean Jacobs on getting the win tonight, and congratulations to Ed Palumbo on winning the championship. Just a really solid run for Ed Palumbo. Well, don't forget, we will be back in action tomorrow night in the Saturday Night Thunder in Martinsville for race number 1 of Season 1, 2026, 150-lap race in that short track, kicking it off on January the 3rd. That starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Tough Trucks will be back in action for their brand new season at Kentucky, a 100-lap race coming up on January the 7th. Racing starts at 8 p.m. On that night. Thank you for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Please hit that thumbs up button, smash the subscribe button, and go ahead and massage the bell. It's just after New Year's. You can do that. It's permitted. Thank you for all your support. Appreciate all the supporters from the very beginning. All those folks who've joined somewhere in the middle, and all those folks who've come out for the first time and checking it out. So really appreciate everybody's support here at TurnLeftTV. Well, congratulations to Sean Jacobs, and congratulations to Ed Palumbo on their great runs individually tonight and throughout the season for Ed Palumbo. That's going to do it for me tonight. We'll see you later, boys and girls. I am out of here.